Everyone, welcome to Nine Cloud Tutorials. So today we are starting with a new chapter, and the chapter's name is Trigonometrical Identities. And this chapter is from your class 10 syllabus from ICSC board. Okay, so recently we completed up with matrices, and I hope you must have learnt it very well. You must have completed the exercises, you must have solved it. Okay, so let's move on to the next chapter now. Trigonometrical identities. This chapter is very important chapter. Let me tell you that this chapter is very important chapter. This chapter plays a very vital role in your board exams, and I must say that this chapter is a very scoring chapter. It's a very simple chapter, and the chapter coming forward after this, heights and distances, that's totally based on this chapter, and both are very simple. Okay, so we'll do it one by one. Let's move on quickly. Let's finish this chapter very quickly within series. Okay, so you can check the playlist link also. The playlist link is there in the description box. Okay, so let's start. Trigonometrical identities. Now, what do you mean by trigonometry? Trigonometry means the science which deals with the measurements of triangles. The science which deals with the measurements of the triangles. Mostly you'll only see a right angle triangle dealing with. Okay, so now what are ratios? What are trigonometrical ratios? You must have learned these 6 trigonometrical ratios in your class 9. Okay, I hope you must have learned these 6 trigonometrical ratios in your class 9. Let's start with the first one. Now, there is a right angle triangle over here, ABC. AB as a base, BC as perpendicular of the triangle, and AC as hypotenuse of the triangle. Okay. Now, the first trigonometrical ratio is sine. What do you mean by sine? Sine means perpendicular upon hypotenuse. What is the perpendicular in the triangle? Perpendicular is BC, right? So you have to write BC as the perpendicular. Now what is the hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is AC. So you need to write AC as the hypotenuse. So what is sine A? Sine A is BC upon AC. Suppose you are having values as, if you are having BC as 5 and you are having AC as 3. So sine A is nothing but 5 upon 3. Very simple. Okay, let's move forward. Now let's move to cosine. This is cosine and the short form written is cos. Okay, so cos says base upon hypotenuse. Now base is AB. What is hypotenuse? AC. Fine. Now cos A is equal to AB upon AC. Agreed? Okay. Next, tangent. Now what is tangent? Basically, I'll tell you the trick. Tangent is nothing but sine upon cos. Okay, you should remember these two. These two are very important. If you remember these two, then you know all the remaining 4 trigonometrical ratios. Okay, agreed? Now let me tell you. Tangent, sine upon cos. The numerator of the sine and the numerator of the cos, they both are the numerator and denominator respectively. Okay, what do you understand? Very simple. Sine is numerator of the sine, perpendicular, right? So tangent's numerator, perpendicular. Cosine's numerator, base, right? So tangent's denominator, base. Just the division of the numerators of sine and cos. That's your ratio for tangent. And the short form for tangent is tan. Okay, agreed. Now, suppose you're finding for tan A. Okay, now perpendicular for this point A is BC, right? BC is the perpendicular. You can see the opposite one. BC is the perpendicular, and AB. AB is the base. Okay, perpendicular upon base. This is for tangent. Now, since we know all these three, we can find the remaining ones. Now, it says cotangent. Okay, and the short form is cot. This is a secant, and short form is sec. This is a cosecant. This short form is cosec. Okay, so these are nothing but the reciprocal of the terms mentioned above. Okay, so let's go one by one. Cotangent. What is cotangent? Cot ratio will be. Ratio is nothing but the reciprocal of tangent. You can see this cotangent. So which means something reciprocal of the tangent, the original version. So cot is nothing but the reciprocal of this, which is base upon perpendicular. In a simplified form, AB upon BC. Let's move forward. Secant. Secant means sec. Now what is the reciprocal of sine? You can see sine as a reciprocal, perpendicular upon hypotenuse and hypotenuse upon perpendicular. But this goes for cosec. Okay, so what will be for sec? It's nothing but cos. Okay, so cos is related with sec and sine is related with cosec. Okay, let's understand this. Very simple. Tan is related with cot. Okay, and cos is related with sec. Okay, and sine is related with cosec. Okay, very simple. Okay, no confusion at all. Sine related with cosec, cos related with sec, and tan related with cot. Okay, it's nothing but the reciprocal. You must be remembering the first two, then you can calculate the tangent, and then respectively you can calculate all these three. Now, by learning this trick, you're not only learning the ratios, you're learning one more thing. Okay, you're able to learn many things over here. You can understand the concept of square relations also, which I'll discuss later in this video itself. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to the next thing. Next thing is reciprocal relations. Okay, let's learn about reciprocal relations. Now, let's start with it. Okay, have a look over here. Accordingly, I'm explaining it on the right hand side of the page. Now, what are reciprocal relations? Let's see. It's same as I told you over here. Okay, I've explained the reciprocal relations also very well. Now, since you have sine A, let's consider sine A. What is sine A? Sine A is nothing but perpendicular upon hypotenuse. I'm writing it on the first capital of the alphabet, capital of the letter, right? So this is P upon H. Okay, now sine A is P upon H. Now, since I told you sine is correlated with cosec. Okay, now since these both are correlated, we can write cosec. So what is cosec? Cosec is nothing but H upon P. Now you can see a similarity. Cosec is nothing but the reciprocal of sine, right? Cosec is nothing but the reciprocal of sine. So what does this mean? Since they both are reciprocals, okay, since they both are reciprocals, now we can say that sine A is equal to 1 upon cosec A and cosec A is equal to 1 upon sine A. Okay, which means sine A is equal to nothing but 1 upon cosec A and cosec A is equal to 1 upon sine A, right? Very simple. Now we understood the reciprocal relations. Similarly, very simple, we know the others also. Okay, now if you see cos A is nothing but B upon H, right? Now what is it correlated with? Sec. Okay, so what is sec A? Sec A is nothing but H upon B. Am I right? H upon B. Okay, so again they are correlated, reciprocals, very simple. Now we can say that cos A is equal to 1 upon sec A and sec A is equal to 1 upon cos A. Now what are we learning this for? What are we learning these all reciprocals and what are mess? It's very simple. Actually, these all simplified things will be used in your sums, in your problems. Wherever you get these kind of sums where you need to put the values, you need to find the value but you're not able to. Then you use these reciprocal relations to convert the question into another form. If you're having the question in cos form and you are just given the value of sec, so you can you can reciprocate the cos to 1 upon sec and put the sec value and find out the answer of the question given. Okay, so these are very important for your trigonometry. This is the base of trigonometry. Okay, you should be knowing this. Okay, now let's move on to the tan procedure. This was the second part, this was the first part which we learned. Now the third part is for tangent, right? So as we know, tan and cot are correlated. Tan A is equal to 1 upon cot A, okay, and cot A is equal to 1 upon tan A. How is this coming through? I have explained you above. Okay, it's the similar thing, similar relations. Okay, we are not wasting time on it. Let's move on to the second part of this. What are quotient relations? What are quotient relations? Okay, so let me tell you what are quotient relations. Now, let's figure it out first. What is sine A? Sine A is nothing but P upon H. We know this. What is cos A? Cos A is nothing but B upon H. Am I right? Cos A is nothing but B upon H. So, if we divide sine A and cos A, what will be the quotient remaining? Okay, we need to find that. So let's divide sin A upon cos A, which means sin A P upon H. Since it's in the denominator, we'll reciprocate it to H upon B. H and H gets cancelled up. This is perpendicular upon base, right? What is perpendicular upon base? Perpendicular upon base is nothing but tangent, right? So now since P upon B, sin A upon cos A is equal to P upon B, we can say that sin A upon cos B, cos A is equal to tan A. Okay, so remember this thing again, a very important thing. You shall be knowing this, that sin A upon cos A is nothing but tan A. Okay, now similarly, if you solve it for cos A upon sin A, this will become H upon P into something H B upon H. Okay, so again H and H gets cancelled up and it becomes base upon perpendicular. And what is base upon perpendicular? Cot. Okay, so if you are having cos A upon sin A, if you just reciprocate it, since we know that tan and cot are correlated, we have to relate it over here also. So by relating it, we get it as cot A. Okay, so you have got again two simplified formulas which can be used in your exercise sums. Okay, now let's move on to the third part. Now the third part says square relations. Now what are square relations? Let's look into it. Square relations. Now we are having a triangle ABC. Now ABC triangle, right angle triangle at point B, and this is the point A. So now what is sin A? Sin A, as we know, sin A is nothing but perpendicular upon hypotenuse. The perpendicular is BC, so this is BC. And what is hypotenuse? AC, this is AC. Okay, now what is cos A? Let's see what is cos A. Cos A is nothing but base upon hypotenuse. Base upon hypotenuse. Base is AB and hypotenuse is AC. Okay, now let's find out sin square A plus cos square A, which is nothing but squaring of sin square A and cos square A. So now we know sin square A BC upon AC. Okay, BC upon AC, and the squaring is BC upon AC the whole square plus AB upon BC the whole square. Okay, after squaring it and adding it, we get it as BC square plus AB square upon AC square. Okay, agreed? Now BC square plus AB square plus upon AC square. Okay, now we need to find a replacement for these terms. Okay, now as we know by Pythagoras theorem, AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square, which means square of the hypotenuse is equal to square of the base plus square of the perpendicular. You must have learned this in your previous classes. Okay, a very understandable thing, Pythagoras theorem. Now since we know that AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square, and it's written BC square plus AB square, which means same, vice versa, so we can write AC square instead of this. So we get it as AC square upon AC square. AC gets cancelled up, and this is 1, which is the answer. So what can we conclude from this? We can conclude that sin square A plus cos square A is equal to 1. Here we get the first identity. Okay, this is your first identity from trigonometrical identities, a very important identity. Okay, now from this identity you can get 3 simplifications. What are the simplifications? Now you can isolate sin square A. You will get sin square A's value, which is 1 minus cos square A. It is useful in your questions. Okay, cos square A is equal to 1 minus sin square A, again useful in your questions. So you get 3 simplifications, okay, including the identity. Now similarly, by following the same method, you can find out what is tan square A and what is relation between tan square A and sec square A. Okay, so here remember one thing: sine is related to cos, tan is related to sec, and cot is related to cosec. Previously what we were studying, we studied that sine is related to cosec, cos is related to sec, and tan is related to cot. But no, now the things have been changed. Tan gets related to sec, cot gets related to cosec. Okay, remember these 3 identities, very important. The whole chapter is based on these 3 identities and these ratios which are given over here. Okay, else there is nothing in this chapter. Some application based questions, okay? You need application theory very well. You should have application strong base in yourself. And these formulas, remember these formulas, very simple. Okay, now let's begin with a few solved examples which will help you understand the concept very well. Okay, so let's begin solved examples from Selena publications. As you know, I'm referring Selena to explain you all. So let's have the first solved sum. So what is the first sum? First sum says tan A plus cot A is equal to sec A into cosec A. Sec A into cosec A. Okay. So we need to prove this. We need to prove this identity. Okay. Now we need to prove the identity. How will you prove it? So in these type of questions, you need to first of all write LHS. Okay. We are writing LHS in the top left hand side corner. Now take the LHS, tan A plus cot A. Okay, now we need to end up the solution over here with the RHS. Only then we can write it as hence proved. You must be knowing this. It's very simple. Now tan A plus cot A. So let's simplify. What is tan A? You know very well. In the simplified form, tan A is nothing but sin A upon cos A. Okay, I have not written it over here because it is very similar. But over here I must have written it somewhere. Yeah, over here. Quotient relations, sin A upon cos A. So we know what is tan A. So tan A is nothing but sin A upon cos A. So simplify it. Sin A upon cos A plus reciprocal of tan is cot. So this is cos A upon sin A. Cross multiply, you will get sin square A plus cos square A. Okay, agreed. Upon this gets multiplied, cos A into sin A. Now let's move forward. We know sin square A plus cos square A is equal to 1. So write it as 1 upon cos A into sin A. Agreed? Now, since we know cos A, what is cos A? Cos A is nothing but 1 upon sec A. Cos A is equal to 1 upon sec A. Okay? And what is sin A? Sin A is nothing but 1 upon cosec A. Sin A is equal to 1 upon cosec A. Now, since it is a reciprocal, if we reciprocate it up, okay, what will we get? Okay, if you keep it as 1 upon cos A, what is the answer? Sec A. Okay, so write cos A as sec A, similarly sin A as cosec A. Okay, now what was the RHS we needed to prove? We need to prove sec A into cos sec A. So since this is LHS is equal to RHS, okay, this is equal to nothing but RHS, we can write it as hence proof. Let me tell you, trigonometrical identities are very simple, very simple. You don't have any kind of complications in this. There must be some complications, but not too challenging, I must say. Okay, now let's move on to some more questions and then we'll end up this session. After this, we'll move into the main core of the chapter. I'll be making you solve few solved examples, few board questions, and then we'll move on to the third core section. Most probably, I'll just be having 3 to 4 lectures on this, and within 3 to 4 lectures of 20 minutes, we'll be able to finish trigonometrical identities in a lump sum kind of 40 to 45 minutes. Okay. And trust me, 40 to 45 minutes, you're completing trigonometrical ratios, which gains a lot of marks in your board exams. Okay, trigonometrical ratios is a very important chapter. Let me tell you that. Okay, you must study it very well. Now, let's move on. Let's not waste our time. We are moving to the third solved example. Now, we need to prove. Again, we are needing to prove that. There are few questions over here. The first one says, cos raised to 4a, cos raised to 4a, cos raised to 4a minus sin raised to 4a is equal to 2 cos square a minus 1. So we need to prove LHS is equal to RHS. Okay, now first we need to write LHS, right? LHS is equal to what? Cos raised to 4a minus sin raised to 4a. So we can write it as cos square a the whole square. Agreed? So cos square a the whole square minus sin square a the whole square. Okay, understood? Let's move further. A square minus b square. You know the identity. I hope you must be knowing it. A square minus b square is nothing but a plus b and a minus b. Okay, so this is the identity. If you don't know it, refer it over here. So this is nothing but cos square a minus sin square a. Okay, multiplied with cos square a plus sin square a. Okay, now since we know cos square a plus sin square a is 1, we can write it as cos square a minus sin square a. Okay, now we need to solve it further. We need to get 2 cos square a minus 1. Very simple. We'll put sin square a as into the terms of cos square a, because we need cos square a. We don't need a sin in our RHS. So you must be having a good thought process that how do you need to put in the values, how do you need to get the product, the RHS. Okay, now over here cos square a minus, what is sin square a? Sin square a is 1 minus cos square a. Okay, agreed? Now let's open up the brackets. Cos square a minus 1 plus cos square a. So add the cos and this turns out to be 2 cos square a minus 1. So this was the RHS required. This is the the solving of LHS. So which means this is equal to RHS. Hence we can write it as hence proved. Okay, very simple question. Okay, very simple question. Just for your understanding, this will let you understand the concept very well. Okay, now hence proved, we got this answer correct. Now let's move to some few more questions. Moving to the question number 2 of this same sub question. So this says 1 plus cot a the whole square, 1 plus cot a the whole square plus 1 plus cot a the whole square. Okay, 1 minus, it's minus 1 minus cot a the whole square is equal to 2 cosec square a. Okay, so we need to prove LHS is equal to RHS. Let's keep it as LHS first. Now this is 1 plus cot a the whole square plus 1 minus cot a the whole square. Can you see any simplifications you can be doing it over here to make it simple? No, there are no simplifications. So you have to solve both of these identities. So you must be knowing a plus b the whole square formula. So a plus b the whole square, which is nothing but a square plus b square plus 2ab. So we are writing it over here 1 square plus cot square a plus 2 cot a. Okay, now plus 1 square plus cot square a, okay, minus 2 cot a. Now 2 cot a and 2 cot a gets cancelled up. 1 square plus cot square a. So this becomes 1 plus 1 becomes 2, which becomes 2 plus 2 cot square a. Okay, and now over here it becomes 2 as a common factor, and this becomes 1 plus cot square a. Agreed? Now this becomes 2 into 1 plus cot square a. What is cot square a? Cot square a is nothing but cosec square a. Okay, cos square a is nothing but cosec square a. So this is equal to your RHS. Hence your LHS and RHS is proved. You can write it as hence proved. Okay, very simple. Let's move on to the last sum of this session. Okay, now the last sum says tan raised to 4 a plus tan square A is equal to sec raised to 4 A minus sec square A. Okay, very simple question. Let's we need to prove it into sec terms. Okay, we are given a question into tan terms, and we need to prove it into sec terms. Okay, so let's simplify it into sec. Now, since we know that this is a square, okay, so we can put tan square A's value, right? So we can put tan square A's value. Cool. So this turns out to be tan square E into tan square A plus 1. Okay, we have taken out tan square A as a common factor, remaining is tan square A plus 1. Okay, now since we know this is nothing but sec square A, okay, so this remains tan square A and this gets multiplied with sec square A. Now we have completed a part of this question. We have got and this is a multiplication sign, so we have got half of the part. Now we need to get sec 4 raised to A. How will we get it? How will we get it? Very simple. What is tan square A? Tan square A is nothing but sec square A minus 1. So instead of tan square A, we will put sec square A minus 1. We will multiply it with sec square A. So now since we are multiplying it each and every term, this becomes sec raised to 4A minus sec square A. Okay, this is your RHS. So hence the question is proved. Okay, very simple question. Okay, very simple question. Now today we had learned a lot of concepts over here. Okay, we had learned about 6 trigonometrical ratios. Okay, then we learned about the reciprocal ratios, and we learned the concept how to find the reciprocal ratios. Okay, then we learned the quotient relations, in which we got to know that sin A upon cos A is nothing but tan A and cos A upon sin A is nothing but cot A. Then we move further and we learned about square relations, in which we used the Pythagoras theorem and we used this right angle triangle, and we found out sin square A plus cos square A, 1 plus tan square A is equal to sec square A, and 1 plus cot square A is equal to cosec square A. We found out the 3 main identities which are involved in this chapter. Then we solved few of the sums, and you must be solving it with me. Okay, it's a very easy chapter, very simple chapter. I'm expecting you to start with few of the solved examples if you can. If you're not able to, then leave it. We'll be doing these in the next concept lecture video. And you can start with exercise 21A for the people who are using Selena as their textbook in their school. Okay, so there'll be more 3 videos coming up on this chapter, and this chapter is very easy. Trust me. Okay, we'll do it together now. So don't forget to subscribe my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. We have started with an initiative. Please share my channel with your friends and family. Okay, so meet you soon in the second lecture of trigonometrical identities. The link will be out very soon in the description given below, and the video is out very soon, so do watch.